I have one skull when you can have two? My name's Greg. You're watching How to Play Paintball. Okay, so I wanted to do actually a review, and I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway as well, so make sure you stay tuned until the end of the video. But this was a company, Second Skull, that had actually come out to World Cup. They initially were with football, and then I think they started getting into some other sports as well, but they realized that their product would actually be good for paintball. I think it's a cool idea. I haven't been able to test it out yet, but I wanted to show you before I go actually out and go play. Basically the two different models that they have. They do have like a headband version as well, but I wanted to go through what it is that the company actually is all about. So like I said, initially they were with the NFL with football. They actually ended up getting a grant from them as a way of having a skull cap that also helps absorb some of the impact. So it's helping protect players from getting concussions. So the original, which is this one, looks like a regular skull cap. So there is a padding essentially inside of here, and it's different than like EVA foam. If you go back and watch, I think it was the day 2 of my World Cup vlog. So Kevin, who was there, actually had like this big metal ball that he was dropping on EVA, and it would bounce real high, and then he dropped it on this stuff, the foam that they use here, and they drop it and it just hits. So it absorbs the impact as whatever is impacting it, so that way it can protect you a little bit better. So yeah, so they actually have two different models, the original one and the Pro model. So the Pro is what I'm going to actually be using. He was saying that the big difference between the two, if it's a little bit cooler out, which it really isn't ever in Florida, like even literally yesterday or the day before, you know, you're cold in the morning, and now it's almost 70 something, 80 degrees, whatever it is. So he was saying that the original, if it's cold, is going to be good because it helps keep in. I mean, it still is very breathable, but compared to the Pro model, which, let me show you this, hoping you guys can see that. You see those little slits there? So basically it makes it more breathable. So he was saying if you're in a colder area, the original is going to be real good. If you're in a hotter area, this is going to be even better. Or if you sweat a lot. So I immediately, when he said if you sweat a lot, I was like, yeah, that's one that I need because I sweat way too much. Like I said, I am going to be doing a giveaway. They don't just have it in black, they also have it in like this camo kind of color, like a snow camo. So I'm going to go ahead and actually test these out, and we'll see what this is all about. All right, let's see how this thing feels. So I will say, this is not the first time I put it on. Of course, right when I got it in the mail, I had already put it on. And one thing I did like is how comfortable it is. And it kind of holds your ears back a little bit as well, but it doesn't cover everything here. This is something that with a beanie can actually be a bad thing, is that the beanie is gonna muffle a lot, and you already have your mask on, so you're gonna already have a little bit of a muffle. So that little bit of difference right there is going to help you with knowing that, you know, what a teammate is saying or something like that. But like I said, I'm going with the Pro version just because I sweat a lot. That's really the only reason. The original version it's breathable. I don't want it to seem like it's not breathable. It's just that when I talked to Kevin, who runs Second Skull, he was saying that it's this version, the Pro, is just there's more breathability. So it's just kind of like a step up for that. So let's put on headband. Can't forget that. All right, and I mean, it just feels like a regular kind of beanie, but what I do like is when I was using a bandana before, my ear would actually be like the bandana here. Well, let me see if I can try to do it this way. Like if this was my ear, it would go in between my head and my ear, and it would actually push it out a little bit. And then when I put my mask on, it made it where it was kind of painful, to be honest, where I had something in between my ear and my skull, and then also the mask pushing on the outside, so my ears would actually get fatigued a little bit. And I kind of like that this is nice and squishy. Put it on with the mask. That way you can kind of see how it looks. I haven't really seen how it looked with a mask on, but I mean, I guess it's just kind of like a regular beanie. So if you're worried about style points, I mean, just go with the black, you can't go wrong. But yeah, I mean, it's It's comfortable. I've used a beanie before, and I actually wanted to go with a thinner one just because I don't want to overheat. That is one of the downsides with using a beanie. Upside is that you do kind of get that little bit of cushion when you get shot in the head. So there is that. So we'll see how this lasts today. Go out and play a little bit, and I'll be right back. All right, so finished up playing. So we did drills, played, all of that. So thank you to those that let me jump in. Yeah, so overall, I did get shot in the head. So you definitely still feel the hit. That's one thing. I don't want it to be that you feel like you're going to wear this and you're not going to feel anything. There were some people that I heard that they didn't feel getting hit like 4 times. I don't know if that was just further away. I'm not really sure. But the one that I got shot with, you still feel it, but it's not like throbbing afterwards. So like you still feel it linger a little bit. And then, yeah, I mean, honestly, walking around, it's like, oh yeah, I did get shot earlier. Like, it wasn't something that it reminds you when you start sweating a little bit more that like it gets into like a cut or something like that in your head. One thing I will say is I did get a shot crossfield that actually skipped off of my second skull. So that's just an advantage. I know some people like to wear beanies for that reason. Same thing with like elbow pads. You want to have good elbow pads so that way you have a chance of maybe getting a bounce. And this is still within the NXL rules, so you don't have to worry about being outside of those rules or anything like that. Something I would say is you kind of just have to find that sweet spot with your ears, as well as the tightness of your headband. I did start feeling a little bit of fatigue around my head and my ears, but I think that's probably because I might have tightened my headband too much. It did feel like it slid around a little bit, but that might just be because it's new. I'll have to keep using it. I am going to keep using it, so we'll see how it continues to go. Okay, so also something great with Second Skull is that they stand behind their product. So you actually have a 1-year warranty. So if anything happens, I don't know if you need to send it in or fill something out, you'd have to contact them about that. But they're going to stand behind their product. It's going to be something that it's meant initially for like football and all that. So those impacts and everything constantly, and then the actual helmet rubbing against the Second Skull. So with the company themselves, like I said, they stand behind their products. So if anything does happen, you can get in contact with them and figure out the warranty stuff. But you have 1 year for that. I didn't feel hot all day. Now, not that it's hot out here, but I'm definitely still sweating. But my head doesn't feel hot. So that's a nice thing to have all that extra heat just kind of dissipate off your head. So yeah, so what I'm going to be doing is actually giving away some of these, like I had mentioned. So the way that you're going to be able to enter, and I do have a couple different sizes, so let me go over those sizes first. So I do have a couple child versions. So if you have any smaller kids that are wanting to get into the sport, or maybe they even play like a football or something like that, these were actually made to fit underneath a football helmet. So it's going to fit just fine. So I have a couple sizes of those, some sizes of the original, like the teen slash adult version, which is the one that I use. And I wouldn't say my head is big or small, I'm just normal, I guess. And then I do have a couple of the XL versions. So you might get one of the black ones, or you might get one of the snow camo ones. And the logo for the snow camo one is kind of like a yellow-ish, but it would be within the NXL rules. It's not a deep yellow like the paint, so you'd be fine. You wouldn't have to worry about it. And most of the time, you can see there, it kind of gets covered up anyway, especially if you pull it down more and then put your headband up more, you would actually be able to cover up the logo. So you'd be within the NXL rules anyway. But yeah, I mean, I think finding that sweet spot, so that way it's not going to be fatiguing your ears. Yeah, that's going to be different for everyone, how far back you pull it. The good thing is that you can kind of adjust it to your own liking. So I'll have to play around with it a little bit more and see. But overall, I mean, it's something that instead of wearing a beanie and overheating, you can have kind of the same protection and bounce possibilities that a beanie is going to give you without the extra heat exhaustion. And let's face it, you want to go out and play paintball more, and if you're hot and overheated, you're going to start cramping, and then you have to stop playing, or you might even pass out, and that's not good. You want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So yeah, so the way that you're going to be able to enter is you are going to tell me what is the worst time that you got shot in the head. I play the center for the Kings, as well as the Dorito side, but playing the center is not for the faint of heart. So this is going to come in handy with being able to go and play the center just whenever those shots happen. I mean, it's any little extra protection is going to be nice. So what's the worst time that you have gotten shot in the head? So go ahead and tell me that down in the comments down below. And also make sure that you email me, same thing like we did last time. So I'll put my email down here, and you're gonna email me your username as well as your address, just in case you win. So I'll go ahead and contact you through email, which is what I did before. I didn't do a big announcement or anything. So yeah, I'll do that. And tell me what size would work best for you. So I mean, it might actually be good to have the XL version, so that way you can pull it over your ears more, and that way you have a little bit more cushion on your ears. It's all going to be preference. So that's the good thing with those sizes. But if you have a normal head like I do, I don't think my head is big, the teen/adult version is going to be doing just fine. So yeah, so good luck to those that are entering. So yeah, so thank you again to Second Skull for providing this. If you play paintball, and even if you don't win, you should go check out their website, and I'll put the link down here for you, so that way you can go ahead and check it out for yourself. Especially if you ref, this is going to be nice because it'll keep you nice and cool while also protecting your head, because let's face it, reffing is terrible. It's not the most fun thing to do. I've had to ref before, and yeah, you get shot a lot. So if there's any extra little bit that you can do to protect yourself, that's always good. Again, the great thing is that this would all be within NXL rules. You're not bending the rules. It's only 2 millimeters thick. It's a XRD, if I remember correctly, is the type of foam that they use. It's a patented formula. So it's not like it's this super bulky thing. Like if you guys remember 100th Monkey back in the day, if you're old enough to know, you know, they were like these thick hats basically. And I don't know if those would even be legal anymore in the NXL. So yeah, so again, thank you everyone for watching. I hope that this is a video that helps you out. Safety is always going to be great. So again, thank you to Second Skull, and good luck to those that entered. But as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.